Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm T.R. Coverton. I'm the host of this podcast, Masculinity, Blessing or Curse. I'm excited about the gentlemen that are on the podcast with me today. Unfortunately, their cameras are not working, but we would not allow the devil to get in the way to stop us from doing what we'd like to do. Both of these gentlemen are teenage gentlemen. They are 15 and 17. And there are some things that we want to talk about that allow us to see masculinity and a number of other subjects from the perspective of a teen youth. 2026 has brought about a lot of changes from what I grew up in as the baby boomer generation. Of course, in the baby boomer generation, there was a time when we understood what it meant when the street lights came on. The street lights came on for the baby boomers. It means it's time for you to go home, right? Now,
Now,
in this
in this
generation, I don't know that kids go outside at all. So there's no reason to have a meaning for the street lights. But we have two young men here who have been kind
have been
enough to
kind enough
share
to
with
hear.
us, and they'll be
Don't be.
talking about some things. I have some
I have.
questions that I want to ask them to get into their perspective. So here we go. I have Anderson is with us, and Landon is with us, and I'll ask you to introduce yourself in whatever way you want to say, whatever you'd like to say about yourself. Anderson, why don't you start, and we'll get right into some of the perspectives that you have.
My name's Anderson. Uh, I'm a basketball player, athlete. I'm all about God. That's really it for me.
Okay, awesome. Landon, whatever you'd like to say.
My name's Landon. Um, I'm an athlete, all about God, family, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, now let's start. Since you mentioned God, both of you mentioned God, tell me, in a general sense, is faith something that's important in your generation in general? Is faith important?
Uh, because of social media and what I see on social media, I'm kind of split between whether our generation takes faith seriously or not.
Okay. What does social media? How does social media impact that? You
More
think?
people are getting into gun violence, bullying. Um, Gender wars are starting to degrade masculinity, and you know, there's not really God. People more so uh, use God as just like a little, as like a not really a milestone because they don't take it serious. They just claim the title of being a Christian when they're really not a Christian.
Mm. What about you, Landon? Is faith important in your generation in general?
I think I think faith is important to a lot of people, um, but not everyone sees in the same way. Some people look at faith for guidance. Um, some people may find it in other people.
If I can go deeper in that, how do you see it? How do you see faith personally?
I see faith wherever God takes me. Wherever God takes me, I usually don't depend on other people. I depend on Jesus and faith, which is the faith that Jesus gives me.
Wow, fascinating, fascinating. So both of you said in your introduction that I'm all about God. Where
Yes,
does
sir.
that seed come from? Where did you gain your acquaintance with God, and Landon, you went so far as to say Jesus, in fact, went that far. So praise God for that. But where did you get your introduction to God, Jesus Christ, etc.? How did that happen?
I mean, during my freshman year and as a high schooler, my coach and a bunch of my other teammates that I played with during high school basketball, we kind of formed a little Bible study that we used to do every Sunday, Wednesday, and that kind of just introduced me to God, introduced me to who He really was, and what I should do to get closer to Him.
Oh, awesome. Cheers for your coach. What about you, Landon?
Yeah, so my house has always been really like Christian like, so I've always been around God, but I haven't been really I wasn't really consistent with it. So basketball and discipline together, and it just like it makes you realize like it helps you be more disciplined with being more consistent with God and stuff. As well as my coach, yeah. Since it's my freshman year, my coach, he does Bible studies and stuff as well, and it helps you get more consistent with God.
You're both on the same team, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so both same coach. Has faith ever created an environment where you felt like you were being pressured to do something that your faith and your spirit conscience told you, no, we're not doing that?
For me, yes. In school, since I've been getting closer to God, and every time in school, I get offered to, hey, let's go somewhere else. Let's go somewhere else. I don't want to go to class. Let's go somewhere else. But in reality, my faith is telling me no. Let's finish. Let's do what we need to do because we're not here to cause trouble. And if your friends are offering to skip with you, then they are not your friends. And then you should start looking out on who you be around.
Wow. Now I'm going to ask, move a little closer to the mic, speak up a little louder so everybody can hear. Okay, great. Thank you for that, Anderson. Don, any pressure from you, for you?
Um, yeah, like basketball, like mostly in basketball, like empty reps, stuff like stuff that'll make me better, but it's hard to do. Sometimes in my head, I'll be like, maybe I should just skip this. Like nobody's watching. Maybe it won't affect me. But at the same time, my faith is telling me you need to do this. Like this is what's gonna help you. This is gonna get you better when no one's watching. You do this. You're gonna be all right.
Well, I'll just add my commentary that discipline is a very vital part of success in any lane. The things that you do when no one else is watching, those things help to develop your character. Because your character is all about who you honestly are. And the person that you honestly are is a person that you are when nobody else is watching. It's easy to do well when other people are watching and you're trying to get the praise of other folk. But when you're alone and you're strong enough in yourself to make a positive decision is very vital. And I applaud you both for that. Here's a question. What type of man do you aspire to be? If you would describe yourself with adjectives, what adjectives do you have aspirations or would you want to use to describe the future man that you would be?
Me personally, I would like to be a more of a social person, more of a person that isn't afraid to talk about who and what I believe in, more of a person that would be, more, social. Really about it.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And by social, what does social mean? What does that mean to you?
Interacting with other people, knowing how to talk around other people, knowing how to just be around other people without making them uncomfortable, you know.
Okay. Great. Great. London.
Um, I hope to become really disciplined, trustworthy. Trust is really like a big thing in this generation. Also very compassionate about my sport and compassionate about whatever I do, as well as treating others with a lot of respect. Because in basketball, there is sometimes where you go out of line with respect, and sometimes I do. I'm not gonna lie. That's something sometimes I need to work on. I am working on it though, with respect though. Respect is definitely up there. That's where I want to go. Respect.
Super. Super. London, I'll tell you this. There is not a human being on earth from Adam forward that has not strayed outside of the line. The
Yes,
Bible
sir.
tells us this: all have sinned and have come short of the glory of God. Our aspiration is to constantly allow the Holy Spirit to lead and guide us into a right direction. So now what you're given before you, every time that happens, is the choice.
Yes, sir.
You can choose. So, my prayer for both of you is that you're strong enough to have the courage to choose the direction of your positive conscience, of Christ in you.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
this may be a similar question, but 10 years from now, Anderson, you're 27, and
Be
London, you're what,
25.
25? Is that what? That's right, correct?
Yes, sir.
You're 15 and 17. Okay. 10 years from now, what are you doing? What's happening? You're 10 years older. You're 27 and 25. What has happened? What's the changes in your life?
Um, uh, for me, I'd say I would hope to become more disciplined, you know, more God-centered, more of a person that is designed to preach, actually, to start preaching, you know, just in case if, you know, uh, I have, or I would go back inside the community and create a Bible group and start being a preacher, start looking into preaching.
Wow. All right. College bound, are you? Is that something on your agenda?
Yes, sir.
What's your aspiration and what would you think a major would be, or have you thought about that?
Either business, entrepreneurship, or physical science.
Wow. Okay. Landon, 10 years from now, you're 25 years old.
10 years from now, I see myself graduating from college, building a nice, successful career with a family, staying involved in sports, of course, that's a big thing, but also being like having God right next to me, like being able to like so I want to be able to like have like God like all over me, like somebody look at me and be like, oh yeah, that's a godly man right there. Like the way I talk, the way I hold myself and carry myself, I would like somebody to see me like that, as well as staying involved in sports. But the bigger picture is Jesus and God.
Praise the Lord. Oh my God. Man, you guys are you blessing me right now. Um, you touched something. Is marriage and children, is that something that's still a part of your generation? Is that something that is still an aspiration?
Yes, sir.
I'd say it is.
It's just a maturity level of our generation that makes it kind of hard to do stuff like that.
Okay. Wow. Man. see. Um, if you could give one message to the older generation about understanding who you are that maybe we didn't get right, what message would you give to the older generation to help us better understand you, something that we may be missing? What message might that be?
Um, there's still parts of the older generation left still within this generation, and
Speak up a little louder for me.
I got you. There's still some parts of the older generation that are still left within of the younger generation or the newer generation, and that there will always still be a part of the older generation to continue being passed down throughout future generations.
So there's nothing you need to tell us that we just messed up, man. You don't understand. This is what it is now. Is that so? We're doing okay. Do we get a C minus, a C plus,
I'd say a B.
a B? Oh, okay. All right, I'll take a B. What about you, Landon? What is it that you would want to tell an older generation about your generation that maybe we missed, don't understand?
Um, it would be that we're growing up in a very different world than they did. We face a lot of pressure from school, sports, social media. Not saying that y'all didn't, but it's changed from now to then. We're constantly being connected online. It's changing our brains in the way that we think. Um, we do need guidance from y'all. That is definitely a big thing, which y'all do give us guidance, but that doesn't mean that we don't have answers. That just means that we need guidance, but we have answers. We understand that. We have challenges that y'all may have not gone through yet or been through that we also need to handle on our own.
Wow, amazing. If I can go a little deeper than that, what types of things are you dealing with, perhaps regularly, that we may not have our finger on that pulse because we didn't experience it? What types of things might those be?
Hmm. I mean, with sports in school, it's really hard to maintain those things and then come home, maybe whether it's doing an extra chore or doing this. Understand, well, that's discipline, but sometimes you may want to break, have this day off. But sports is really a big thing. Sports is really tiring, and then you have to come home, do homework, and yeah, it's really hard to maintain those things.
All right, super. Got it. Got it. Academically, if you don't mind me asking or
Mm.
answering, where are you? And what does academics mean to you? What kind of place does your academics have in terms
Um,
of who you are as a person?
Academics is really, really like big. I'm a lazy person. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a lazy person. But when it comes to academics, I know it's nothing to play about because that's how you get through life. Like, even if I don't go far in sports, I may have a nice GPA and I can go to any college I want to go in business, technology, any of that. So, academic is really important.
If I can ask, what's your GPA now?
I actually don't know. I know I don't have any D's or F's though. I'm just not playing about that. She even gets on my head about C sometimes.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said she even gets on my head about C's sometimes, so I know it's pretty. I think my GPA is really up there. I'll say like a 3.4, 3.5.
Okay. So you're sensitive to it. It's something that you and your
Yes.
parents discuss, and you're sensitive to.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anderson.
I would say academics is a very, very crucial part of my life. Even if I want to continue playing basketball, and if I do have the skill enough to make it to college basketball, they won't accept me if I have a low GPA. So I need to continue to have a high GPA just in case if I don't make it in basketball, then I still have my GPA and I still have my schoolwork that I've already done. So it'll get me into a nice college and it'll start. And if I take my degree seriously, it'll land me a nice solid job to try to give me a nice future.
Wow, awesome. Good. Great job, guys. Great job. Great job. Anderson, I understand you're taking AP classes as well, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm in the IB diploma program right now.
Perfect. Oh man, that's awesome. Congratulations to you both. Keep up the good work. Tell me, you mentioned, well, so a personal question. Both of you have mother and father in the home now?
No, sir.
I
No,
do.
sir. Okay. Anderson, you have mother and father in the home. Landon,
I have mom.
okay. Okay. Mother, a single parent home.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have siblings?
I do
I do,
also.
sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Kudos to your mom. Great job. Tell me, you talked about the influence of other people in your life. What could, how are, what, what does a mentor look like for you? What would be the ideal person that, what would they be doing, helping you with, et cetera, to be given a good title of mentor? Someone with a B plus and A as a mentor for you.
Well, I would say a good mentor is someone who would check in regularly, someone to make sure that you are always staying out of trouble, someone that would take care of you, even if you are in your head. Let's say you came after a bad game, your mentor is there to just calm you down, get you back on the right track, just get that loss out of your head because it's going to affect your mental state.
Okay. Okay. Landon.
Um, an ideal mentor, someone I can trust, lean on for guidance, because they've been through stuff way before me and they've already been through it, so they can tell me what to do. Someone who can respect me, because I don't want to talk to you and like all this stuff, and then I know you're not going to give me any respect the same way as I would give you respect. Um, encouraging, because encouragement is really a lot, get you out there, and also to help me grow as a person and an athlete. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Is there anything that scares you about the future?
For me, no.
For me, um, plenty of things, but like I know I'm young and there's a lot of things to figure out, and I hope that I can figure it out. A lot of things scare me, like everything. Like it's like, but it's just like it's life. Like you're not gonna get through stuff if you're not scared and you don't learn or you don't have a lesson. So yeah.
If you had to name two things, what two things scare you the most?
Um, not being successful and just not being where I want to be, to be honest, really. I really can only name that, just not being successful. That scares me the most.
Okay. All right. What does the term masculinity mean to you?
Well,
What does that word or term mean to you?
masculinity, toughness, leadership, bravery, courageness, let's say, just to name off a few terms.
Um, in my house, masculinity is a big thing because I'm the only guy in the house right now. So from what I've learned is probably being dependable and standing up for what you believe in.
Wow, man. Well, you guys will make your parents very proud. What is the impact for you of social media?
Well, for me, the impact of social media is, it's a good question. I'd say it affects, me as a person on different viewpoints. I can understand where other people like different perspectives. I can understand other people's opinions, what they think about certain things, and how they would treat certain situations.
But for you personally, what is the impact?
It helps me. I feel like social media is going to help me a little bit in understanding other people. Under people how they feel about how they feel, what they feel, how they choose to respond to it. Just understanding other people as a whole.
Landon.
Um, the impact of social media for me, it's sometimes positive, sometimes can be negative. Um, some people online don't say the right stuff. They give false information. Some give the right information. Some get you in the mindset that you're supposed to be in, and some don't. You could stay connected with friends. You could follow sports. That can also help. Social media is really big for sports. Um, Also, a negative impact would be comparing yourself to others and all these nice things that they have online and you don't have. Or that could be motivation for which is a positive. It could be motivation to want to go up on that level that they're on and get the same thing that they have.
Okay. So, a question that kind of goes with that: what is harder for you? Is it confidence in real life or confidence in social media life?
I feel like confidence in real life is going to be a lot harder for me because anyone can post a nice picture and live a false life, while in real life you have to actually, you know, um, represent yourself as who you truly are. And I feel like social media makes that a little harder because of all the judgment that's surrounding it.
Yeah, I always say, building off of what Anderson just said, confidence in real life is definitely harder. You can definitely just post whatever on Instagram, social media, and then be going through something completely different in real life and having to face other people with confidence to their face is definitely different.
Wow, wow. How big a deal is having confidence for you? How big a deal is that?
Having confidence is a very, very vital part of me because if I don't have confidence, I'm most likely going to fail. Because confidence, I feel like, is just saying, "Hey, let's just go ahead, let's do this, even if it doesn't work." You're just not fearing failure. Whether if you don't have confidence, that means you're fearing failure. And and like my mom told me, if you fear failure, you're most likely going to experience failure.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. What else,
Confidence
Lamont?
is
Huh?
Confidence is definitely a crucial part of anything anything you do. Confidence, you should have confidence in anything that you do. Everyone's going to tell you to have confidence, your friends, your family, your coaches, but it's harder to do than say.
So, what happens? How do you handle that situation where something you tried didn't work out? I mean, you were given, both of you are athletes, so this one may work with you. You were given the ball, you're down by 1 point, and it's 3 seconds left. Timeout, coach calls your play. So you get the ball. So in these next 3 seconds, we win or lose the game based on the play that the coach called for you. 3 seconds pass, you miss the shot. How do we handle that? How do you handle that?
I would handle it as just, I mean, obviously there's going to be a stage of grief, a stage of, oh my gosh, I could have made this shot, we could have won, we could have did this, we could have did that. But then again, there's another stage where I'm recollecting myself, saying, hey, it's okay, calm down, you can't make all your shots, you can't make them all, you know. There's going to be other opportunities, there's going to be more opportunities where you could actually make shots, you know. It's okay. And then there's another stage. That last stage is appreciation, honestly, of what if I did make the shot, okay? Let's say I did make the shot, and I'm happy, but it's only gonna last for a couple of seconds, a couple of days, and it's not gonna be any real growth between those days. While experiencing failure, you're gonna be able to learn very early on, and you're gonna prepare prepare for the stages of what's going to come next.
Wow. Great, 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 great. Landon.
Um, yes, I would be heavily disappointed, but in all honesty, I wouldn't let that one shot define who I am. Yes, I'd take responsibility. I'd learn from it, and I'd use that missed shot as motivation to work harder. That only gives me a better drive. It only makes me want to work harder, and my confidence would dim, but I wouldn't let it. I would keep going. I would keep working. It would just be better that way.
Wow, man. A couple of my heroes, and these names both of you would be familiar with, even though they're old school. At probably you call them old school OGs now. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, um, and both of them give the same answer to this question. The question is that scenario that I just identified. We're down by 2 points, and the coach calls your play, and your goal. You got to hit a 3 pointer. We're going after the win. We're going after the jugglers. We're not going after OT. We're going after the win. So your play is called. You shoot. First, the question that they were asked is, are you ever nervous about taking that shot? Both of them give the answer, no, never nervous about it. And the reason that they are never nervous about the shot is that they have practiced that shot hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. And because they have, in their mind, they have a high percentage of making that shot, it's muscle memory. You've seen Steph Curry shoot the shot, and when it leaves his hands, he turn around and running back the other way. It's muscle memory. So you know it's going in because you shot it often enough that you're very confident about it. Um, so the idea of being confident in what you do relates to how hard you work to get to that level. Now, if you miss the shot, your ability to get back up in sports, like in life, you will learn you have to have a short memory. Short memory. That was yesterday. I missed a shot yesterday. I'm shooting it again. If you hit the shot, and Anderson, you alluded to this, if you hit the shot, have a short memory. Don't get arrogant, cocky, or egotistical about the fact that you hit that one, because every one of them is a new trial. Your ability to get back up when failure happens, because failure is a part of your life. It will be. I often say it's like the infant in the playpen. The infant in the playpen is safe in the playpen, and infant probably sees other kids running around, falling and crying, and the infant says, "I'm never going out there." Well, sooner or later, you got to go out there. And when you first go out, you're going to fall. You're going to crawl. You're going to cry until you learn it. You have to keep getting back up. Get back up. Because the person that's holding your hands to try to help you walk across the pathway, that person knows that you have a talent in you that you may not know you have. That parent knows that you can walk. You may not know it yet. The infant doesn't know that he or she can walk from the playpen, but the parent knows that. And what I'm going to say to both of you is that you both have talent in you that you may not be aware of yet, but keep shooting. Keep doing what you do. Failure is a part of life. Nobody, Steph Curry didn't come out the womb shooting baskets, nor did Michael, nor did Kobe, or whoever you see as a great player or whatever. They didn't come out the womb like that. There was a lot of failures leading up to them being the person that they are.
They are.
So you guys are great. Now, I'm going to stop right here just so that you can get wind.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts or remarks that you want to say, anything on your mind that you'd want to share with people before we close out?
I mean, I would say that every failure is a step to success. You can't go, you can't achieve success without going through failure first.
Wow.
Um, I would say keep pushing. Like basically what Anderson said. Like failure is definitely not a curse. Failing is a blessing because you can learn from that, and you won't make that same mistake again if you learn from it.
Guys, listen, you have blessed me immensely in what you shared with me today. Um, I am I applaud you both. I'm very confident now that the world is going to be continuously a better place because young men like you are in it. And I would encourage you, challenge you to continue in the pathway that you're on. And if there's anything I can do to help you, please don't hesitate to call me. If I don't know it, I'll figure it out. We'll get it done. Okay?
Yeah. Sure.
All
Absolutely.
right. God bless you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, if you enjoyed the show, please, I would suggest if you would subscribe and hit the notifications button so that you can be notified when we have other great guests such as what we've had today. I want to thank Anderson and Landon for being with us today, for sharing with us, opening up their heart to us. And I look forward to seeing you next Sunday at 3 p.m. God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless.
Bye bye.
Bye.